Yes,
Good morning.
good morning to all. I
Good
welcome
morning,
Good
ma'am.
morning, ma'am.
yes, I
Good
welcome you
morning,
all
ma'am.
for the faculty development program. Today we are going to start a 5 days FTP on cryptography and network security. First of all, I thank for the management, principal, head of the department for giving me the opportunity to share my views on the topic of cryptography network security on the particular topic of IP security. So my session is going to take a view on IP security. Yes, and you all depends on the strength of the maximum participants. We consider only 100 participants for the online session. The remaining people will get the URL in the YouTube. If there any comments, you can contact me through your chat box. And it's a 5 days program. At the end of fifth day, we'll send you the feedback form. Once you submit
I'm
your
getting
feedback,
some noise. Kindly tell the other participant to mute.
you get the participant certificate, e-certificate. Okay, once again, I welcome you all for the session, and I'm going to share the documents. We're going to start the topic on IP security. Myself, Dr. T. Kalichelvi, Professor of CS Department, Panimal Institute of Technology, Chennai, Tamil Nadu. Let us see the topics, what you're going to see for today's session. We are going to see virtual private network, what is IPsec protocol, why it is we need, what is the use of this IPsec protocol, benefits of IPsec protocol, and that is the main two different modes of transmission, that is the tunnel mode and transport mode, and the IPsec architecture. That's architecture which tries to implement all the features of the IPsec protocol. Then security associations and the ISA KMP protocol, which will employ for the secure communication, and the authentication header, which provides the authentication in encapsulating payload, encapsulating security payload, and finally we're going to see internet key exchange. Yes, let us see virtual private network. Virtual private network, it is a secured network. It extends a private network across a public network, which will enable the users to send and receive the data across a shared or public network. This is a virtual private network which extends security over a public network, where the users on the enterprises can share their data securely on an encrypted pattern over an internet, over a public network. So when you see the users on the left side, the users can share their data over an internet through a tunnel, through a channel that's called a virtual private network channel. So through this channel, the data are sent on encrypted format. So no one can able to see or modify the data during the transmission of a transmission. And so to implement this secure features of virtual private network, it employs a major protocol, that is IPsec protocol. So they're in the position of a IPsec protocol which employs security for providing encrypted version of a communication in a network. So if there is no encryption, there is no security, the hackers in the man in the middle can try to spoof the source IP data will try to do an malicious functions that we called number of crimes is in a cybercrime. To avoid all these things, the virtual private networks which provide a secure communication. So that's why the IPsec protocol, which plays a major role for implementing this virtual private network. So many of the participants are trying to mute yourself. Yes. Why this IPsec is introduced? Why? What is the use? Why we have this IPsec? In olden days, we have a protocol, internet protocol, which was not secure, where the man in the middle, that is an unauthorized person, can tries to spoof the original source IP address, and they implement a number of issues over network. So that, like, we call number of issues like IP spoofing, replay attacks, and there is no data integrity is maintained, and they will not be able to maintain the confidential communication over network. Like in the IP spoofing, like for example, if on a uses A sends an communication to one B user, B user will not able to have any confirmation that they are having a proper data is originating from the original author, original users, original IP address. Since there is no security, there is no authentication from the B side. So to avoid that, to make a confirmation on authentication of an originating IP address, the IP protocol, IPsec is introduced here. Similarly, on another issue like replay attacks, like we said in the virtual private network, if it is not secured and unauthorized persons and enter a network path where they tries to modify data, then sends in wrong information to an user, to an receiver. To avoid this also, the IPsec is extends. IPsec is introduced as a part of a network security protocol in a virtual private network. And also that's why there is not maintaining a data integrity. That's why the number of duplicates has been generated by an hackers, and there will not be a confidential information sharing over a network because of there is a lacking of all this. There is a lacking of your authentication and secure communication. So to solve all those things, to avoid all these issues, the earlier version of IP protocol, that is the Internet Protocol version 4, has been extended in a pattern of IPsec protocol to provide the solutions of giving an authenticated confidential communication over an open network. So that's why here this is the importance of an IPsec protocol, which is the extension version of IPv4, which provides a secure communication over an open network. Yes. Now see what is IPsec? Internet Protocol Security, which refers to an security mechanisms implemented at the Internet Protocol layer to provide integrity, that is uniqueness, avoiding duplication, that is avoiding duplication of data, redundancy of data, authentication. Here the authentication mentions that the receiver can ensure the data only from the authenticated user, legitimate user. They are having a proper communication. And the third one, The IPsec protocol will ensure the confidentiality of a data. They provide confidential communication during the transmission of a network. This confidentiality has been implemented with the help of number of cryptographic principles, cryptographic algorithms, and techniques. Right. This is what the IPsec. Like also we say that what's the main application where it is used. This IPsec protocol, it protects all the application traffic over an internet protocol of a network, IP network layer. It is specially designed to provide secure encrypted communication between two end users, between two enterprises, between two peer computers, or by securing the IP data which was implemented at the network layer. So this IPsec protocol, which is implemented at the network layer, to implement all the secure communication, like we want providing encrypted communication, confidential communication, authentication, and these protocols, with the help of a number of components are involving to achieve all those things. Let us see the number of components which helps you to implement a secure communication over a virtual private network. The first one is the security associations. These security associations are the number of communications, the type of communications which will be held during a users during a communication, like between the sender and receiver. They're able to share the certificates and the signature to establish a secure communication. That's what security associations. Then authentication headers. So this headers will have protocols which helps you to implement the authentication, which implements the integrity, which implements the authenticated users, which allows the authenticated users. And encapsulating security payload. This encapsulating security payload which implements the confidential communication. While during encapsulated communication, which will employ a number of symmetric, asymmetric algorithms. So that will be exchanged, that will be implemented with the help of internet key exchange. Whether we are going to share a symmetric key or asymmetric key, all these things will be handled in the components of internet key exchange. So these are the major 4 components which will help in the IPsec protocol to provide a secure communication of a virtual private network on an open network. Yes. So this IPsec protocol, as we said, which we implemented on a network layer. As we see the diagram, we have a source and destination. At the application layer, between the source and destination, we have a SSL protocol, PGP protocol, SSH protocol, HTTPS protocols. So these are the number of protocols which were implemented on a secure communication and application layer. Similarly, to enhance secure communication, the IPsec is introduced or implemented over a network layer. So this diagram which tells you very clearly the IPsec is implemented on a network layer to provide secure IP transaction. The benefits of IPsec. It provides confidentiality. How this confidentiality has been implemented? This can be done by encrypting a data. So encrypting, that is the data from the source side, will be encrypted with a number of encryption algorithm. This encrypted packet of data will be shared between the source and the receiver. So there we have a number of symmetric and asymmetric algorithms which helps you how the encryption will be carried on. That's how the confidential can be carried to provide secure communication between the source and the receiver. And the other benefit is integrity. That's what the integrity is, nothing but there is no duplication. This protocol will not allow any unauthorized person will tries to send a duplicate of data. Will avoid this duplicate by avoid redundancy of data. So with the maintaining integrity, how this can be implemented? The routers at each tunnel of a network, which calculates the sum of a checksum or the hash value of the data. Based on this checksum and the hash value will be carried out and will check the integrity, the uniqueness of our data. And the third one is authentication. That is which helps you to ensure whether they are communicating in a proper legitimate user. This is done by the verifications on the signatures and the certificates. These signatures and certificates are established or verified between the source and the receiver. They have already an agreement but what kind of signature has been implemented for sharing such a data. All these verifications will be done during authentication procedure to ensure whether they are doing having communication with the proper legitimate users. All this while still maintaining the ability to route through existing internet protocol networks. So this IPsec protocol is specially designed to provide interoperable, high quality, cryptographically based security for IPv4 and IPv6. So these are the benefits or specially focused on IPsec protocol: confidentiality, integrity, and authentication. That's why these are the main goals. We'll repeat. IPsec provides security by implementing all the features at the IP layer. We said authentication. It verifies the sources of IP address. That's what the authentication. The authentication means that the receiver will ensure whether they are dealing with the proper IP address. That verify the IP address, whether they are communicating with the proper IP address or not. That verification of a source IP address, that is called authentication. Then it protects integrity and also it's provide confidentiality of a packets. And it is prevent replaying of old packets. That is what integrity, avoiding duplicates of data, and it's provide security automatically with upper layers of protocols and its application. So by implementing all this thing, authentication, integrity checking, confidentiality of packets, all this replaying of old packets, which implements a higher security on our upper layer protocols also. That's why data integrity and data encryption. Now here the diagram which implements the IPsec architecture. Here the IPsec architecture have a number of protocols which supports the features of authentication, integrity, security. All these things will be implemented with the help of a supporting protocol. So this main protocol, what we're going to see is that AH, that's authentication header protocol, and ESP protocol, encapsulating security payload protocol, and internet key exchange protocol. These are the protocols combinedly is going to implement all the features of IPsec protocol or network layer. This authentication header protocol, which ensures only the authentication, it verifies only the source IP address is legitimate or not. And this ESP, encapsulating security payload, which provides encrypted form of a data can be transferred between the source and the receiver. That is, confidentiality has been maintained, will be implemented with the help of this ESP. The secure communication of IP data will be held out with this help of a ESP. This ESP can have two components. This can have an option of an authentication as well as an encapsulation of a data. But whereas in the case of authentication, which does only an authentication alone, that verifies a source IP address only. Verification of source IP address is done only by authentication. Whereas in the case of ESP protocol, they have both of the functions, authentication of a source IP address as well as a secure communication of an IP payload. Okay, then we have another protocol, this Internet Key Exchange Protocol, which helps you to communicate while implementing an encapsulating a payload. There have a number of cryptographic algorithms will be implemented. While during this encapsulating data for encrypting a data, this cryptographic algorithms has employ a number of key exchange. Different types of key exchange will be held out for encrypting a data. Different types of key exchange will be explained. The help will be implemented with the help of Internet Key Exchange, where this IPsec protocol will carry on two different mode of transmission. Actually, that we'll see the next session. That is the following thing. That's what tunnel mode of transmission and transport mode of a transmission. So while this kind of a transmission, so what kind of key will be exchanged? All these things will be implemented with the help of a Internet Key Exchange. That's what IKE established the tunnel key management for providing secured IP data. So these are the main, you see that how the role of authentication protocol and the role of ESP protocol. It's very clear that, see that we have a two main architecture, that is ESP, AH protocol, and third one we have a key management. ESP protocol have two major functions, that is encryption algorithm and the authentication algorithm. Encryption algorithms for encrypting a data, that is for confidential communication, and the authentication algorithms which helps for checking a source IP address. So this ESP have both the functions, is optionally encryption and authentication, whereas this AH protocol, which implements only the authentication alone, that is source IP address verification alone. So combinedly, all these things will be managed with the help of a DOI, that is what a domain of interpretations. This domain of interpretations will check what kind of protocols we are going to use on a secure communication. This DOI will validate which kind of protocols we are going to implement it over a virtual network with the help of a key management. Let us see this authentication protocol. What are the major roles played by this authentication header protocol, this AH protocol? As we said, it provides the source authentication, which verifies the source, whether the source or a legitimate user, whether during a communication they are communicating with an specified, the allocated, the legitimate user or not, legitimate IP address or not. That's fine. While verification, that during a verification, it protects against the source spoofing, that is IP source spoofing. Like once if you don't have this authentication verification, IP spoofing, address verification, in olden days, in earlier cases, IPv4 protocol and all, that's in unauthorized hackers will enter over a network, will spoof the source IP address, and then they try to do malicious functions. To avoid this IP spoofing, this authentication protocol will provide authentication verification, source address verification, and it provides connectionless data integrity. Third one, the authentication also provides connectionless data integrity. It protects against replay attacks, and it is no protection for confidentiality. So authentication protocol will give you only an authentication alone. It won't provide an confidentiality. Okay. So this is the packet details about the H protocol, where we see authentication will be held with the help of parameters, that is payload information, and the security parameter index, sequence number, old IP header, TCP header, data, and the authentication, which is that encapsulation will be done on an IP header, TCP header, data, and the authentication data. Then next we have an ESP. ESP provides both the functions, we see the diagram, authentication as well as the data confidential can be implemented with the help of an ESP. Okay. So this is then packet details about the ESP. So where we can have a authentication as well as the encrypted form of a DCP packet. So we are doing authentication as well as an encryption of a data packet. We have an next key management. This key management portions involves determination and distribution of the secret keys between the user and the receiver. That is which was implemented by both the protocols. There are two types of key management, manual and automatic. So this will implement with the help of an ISA-KMP, that's for Internet Security Association Key Management Protocol, which tries to manage the keys between the source and the receiver to establish a secure communication, to secure key exchange protocol, key exchange, the help of a Diffie-Hellman protocol. And let us mainly be able to see that two different modes of operation, that is the transport mode and tunnel mode. We see that how we are going to this transport mode, packet format of a transport mode, and a packet structure of a tunnel mode. There is a main topic, main function of an IPsec on a virtual private network. It works on two different modes of operation. That is a transport mode and a tunnel mode. Okay. See here that we have a diagram which shows what is the transport mode and tunnel mode. The first one, which is about the tunnel mode. The tunnel mode is nothing but the communication across the enterprises, having communication across the two different network on an open network, which requires a more security. Whereas in the case of a transport mode, the communication between the enterprises and the server, which will have a less of an problem, less of an threats. Whereas in the case of a tunnel mode, where have a threats will be increased. Why? Because the communication on a different type of gateways or number of different key gateways. Okay, so we need more security on a tunnel mode of transmission. Okay, that's what we see the transport mode. See the implementation of AH protocol in a transport and tunnel mode. In the transport mode, that is on an enterprises between a user and the server, where it is no need to secure the IP address, where because the IP addresses are on the same enterprises, it is required to secure the data alone. So you see the transport mode, we have original IP header and TCP UDP protocol and the data. So while during authentication, this authentication header will provide a security on a data alone, not the header. Header is open to all. The source IP address is open to all. There is no need to provide security for the source IP address. Whereas in the case of tunnel mode, it is communication is going to be held upon two different gateways. So threats will be increased. To avoid all these threats, the entire packet will be encapsulated. And entire packets will be providing a security. That's why the AH protocol will be providing a security for the entire packet. So the new IP header will be added at the end of a packet. So we see the diagram. So AH protocol covers, encapsulates the entire packet of an IP header, TCP UDP protocol, and the data. When you see the end, we have a tailor will be added having a new IP header, which will be opened by the gateways. So gateways can able to see only the additional new header IP address only, not the original IP header. Whereas in the case of a transport mode, the user can able to see the IP address of the source person, source IP address. That's the difference between the transport and tunnel mode of. So we require more of a security in a tunnel mode. So these are two different modes of a transmission. How the different type of protocols will be implemented in a transport and tunnel mode. And next we have a security associations, which play a very important role, which describes a particular kind of secured connection between the device and the another. These security associations are the key to the IPsec authentication and confidential mechanisms. These security associations are needed to negotiate the exchange of shared secrets keys during a process of communication. The sharing of the secret keys are the one which is held between the security associations. This sharing of keys will be implemented with a major of three different parameters. That is the security parameter index, that's SPI, and the IP destination address, and the security protocol identifier. All these things, all these three major parameters which implements establish a secure session will be held between the user and sender and the receiver. Let us see this. What is the security parameter index? This SPI assigns a bit string to the security association that has a local significance only. This is carried out in AH and ESP header to enable the receiving system to select which kind of security association which takes under with the received packet will process. What kind of association, what kind of protocol they have to use, what kind of transport mode, what kind of mode they're going to use, what kind of encryption algorithm we're going to use. All those things will be discussed, will be exchanged in the case of your security parameter index value. This index will decide the mode of transmission and kind of protocol and kind of your encryption algorithms. And the next one is your IP destination address. Currently, only the unicast addresses are allowed. This is the address of the destination endpoint of a security association, which may be an end user system or network such as a firewall or the router. And finally, we have identifier, that is security protocol identifier. It indicates whether the association is with the AH protocol or the ESP. As we said, is optionally whether what kind of security we are going to prefer, whether it's an AH or ESP, which will be identified by a security protocol identifier. So these are the different parameters are going to be held up with the help of to implement a secure communications during an IPsec protocol. The advantages of IPsec protocol: it provides a strong security when implemented in a firewall or a router that can be applied to all the traffic across the perimeter. IPsec is resistant to bypass if all traffic from the outside must use IP, and the firewall is the only way of entrance from the internet into the organization. Is below the transport layer, which is implemented below the transport layer, hence transparent to all the applications. And it can be transparent to end users also, which can provide security for individual users if needed. The benefits we say, as we discussed already, it offers confidentiality, that is by implementing encrypting data of communication, integrity, and authentication. It means that the integrity is the source of integrity and source authentication. Data signed by the sender and signatures verified by the recipient. Modification of data can be detected by a signature of verification because the signature is based on the shared secret key only. It gives a source authentication. Anti-replay protections. This is one of the major benefits offered by this IP protocol. The sender must provide it, but the recipient may ignore it. So this anti-replay protection will be implemented with the sequence number. As we see, it's a sequence number of one of protocol, which we see in the AH protocol. Depends on the order of a sequence number. The receiver side will check whether the receiver can receive the original duplicates of data or not. If the data is repeated once again, the packet numbers are received once again, it understood it was happened, it was implemented by an hackers which is sending in duplicates of packet. So that kind of replay will also be detected, avoided with help of this IPsec, which will implement by a anti-replay protection. The key management, internet key exchange session, negotiation, establishment. The sessions are rekeyed or deleted automatically. Secret keys are securely established and authenticated. Remote peer is authenticated through a varying options. The application of IPsec, secure branch office, connectivity over the network. So this IPsec protocol which provide more security of branch office over internet or over different remote areas on an open network. It provides more security and provides secure remote access over an open public network. Such establishment of extranet and intranet connectivity with partners, which provide enhancement of electronic commerce security. So these are the major applications which will be implemented of IPsec in a virtual private network. So finally, the time when the network security is increasingly vital, IPsec makes it easy for the network managers to provide a strong layer of protection to the organization's information resources. Any doubts? Any doubts? We discussed about this anti-replay protection. Any doubts? We can clarify now. Not audible?
Ma'am, is it audible?
Yeah, tell me.
Yeah, my question is, when we talk about the IP security,
Okay.
and you know that proliferation of technologies are bounding us to increase the connectivity demand.
To
So
increase
how
the
we can-
security.
Yeah.
Mm.
So, ma'am, would you like to tell us about that? Ki how the each and every node can take care of themselves towards the battery life?
I am not getting the last point.
My point is towards the security.
Okay.
When networks, you know that connectivity requires a important factor in terms of number of nodes, large networks. So when we are talking about the dense networks, how IPsec will play a role?
The IPsec, we have a protocol, we have that edge authentication header protocol. This authentication header protocol will first verify whether they are an authenticated user or not. First, it verifies the authentication first. Once it verifies whether they are an authenticated user, only then they'll go for a next part of an encapsulated communication. That is cryptographic communication, secure communication.
Right.
By the way,
Thank you.
they implement once the authentication role is over only, they'll go for a next option of your encryption of a data. That is confidential has been maintained over here, implementing your cryptographic algorithms of our original data.
Okay. Okay. Okay.
Any
So
more
which type
questions?
of algorithm we are using, ma'am, for that?
I'm not getting you.
Which type of algorithm? Because already
Yeah,
I have used.
we have a next session is there. We have a number of asymmetric and symmetric algorithms also there. So that sessions will
Okay.
be carried to the next session.
Right. Right. Thank you so much, ma'am. Thank
Yes.
you.
Yes, ma'am. Any more questions, ma'am?
Yeah, ma'am. I have a question.
Yes.
Ma'am, we can enable this IPsec through firewall or the other applications, ma'am.
Any devices where you have it come across on different firewalls or routers, where it come across the routers on all the gateways, it will be verified. When it come across the gateways, it will be verified. The authentication will be authentication as well as the entire packet will be encapsulated. When it come across the different gateways, the entire packet will be encapsulated. So it will not able to check the original IP address. That's what when it come across the tunnel mode of transmission. Where in the case of transport mode, when they're in communication over source and the server, where we no need to require the source IP address will not be protected. The data alone will be secured. Whereas in the case of tunnel mode, the entire packet, including the source IP address and the packet, is encrypted. It will be secured with the help of a AH protocol. As we seen in the we have given the diagram where the AH protocol will be implemented. The placing of AH protocol in a data packet is shown in the diagram. When in the case of a tunnel mode, we see that the AH protocol is completely protected with the help of an IP address.
Okay, ma'am. Actually, it's enabled after the VPN is enabled, right?
Yeah, that is what all the application of your security will be implemented only with the help of this IPsec in a virtual private network. This IPv4 is having an extension version. IPv4 is extended in the form of IPsec. Where in the IP4 we don't have a we have IP spoofing problem is there. We have DOS attack is there. All these things will be avoided in the help of your IPsec protocol.
Okay, thank you, ma'am.
Any more question? Time yes, any more questions? We end up the session. You all you get a certificates at the end of 5th day. We'll be sending your feedback form. You fill up and send me the feedback form. You get the certificate, e-certificate.
Thank you.
Thank you one and all for patiently listening to the session. And once again, thank for the management, principal, and the head of the department for giving me the opportunity to share my experience. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you.